It's time for another tale from the glass-guarded world, with Brian as Paxton the human cleric and fighter, Danielle as Athelflad the halfling rogue and monk, Ashley as Tara Dane the human fighter, Chris as Aster Fortuna the half-elf rogue and bard, and me, Mike, as the DM. In the last episode, our heroes defeated a large group of undead at the Eastern Bubble, then began their journey back to the west, with the goal of talking over their discoveries with Munn. In particular, they want to know what he thinks of the dead god Foresight's advice to break the soul jar, a large glass container in the island city of Arrival that traps the souls of the dead. They've made it into the mountains, led by Epilema the halfling barbarian, but have been sidetracked by an abandoned house of dwarven construction. They defeated some ghosts on the top floor and secured a treasure chest and an impressive war pick. They're planning to visit the last unexplored part of the house, a stair leading below the first floor, after they finish examining their newfound treasure. Now what?
So it was in the chest.
Yeah.
Looking at Esther.
Okay, yeah.
The chest? What are you talking about?
What chest?
It disappeared.
My
No,
heart was fighting.
I'm kidding. It's in my bag. There's a bunch of gold in it, and I pull out the chest. I let them look at it. Should we count that now or later?
Now.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so we do that.
There are 78 gold coins and also 15 platinum coins.
Oh my god.
Wow.
How much platinum?
15.
Nice.
Nice. Am I able to do a medicine check to see what kind of potion that is?
An arcana check
Or
would be
arcana?
more likely to work.
Okay.
When you pop it open, it's a bubbling blue potion. It's steaming as overheated.
Is it cow soup?
It is not cow soup.
Now.
Smells much healthier than that. All right, you want to do an arcana check?
Yep.
What's your arcana bonus?
Oh, 1.
You know what? You're not really sure, but when you smell it, you feel like going out and conquering the world, like you're ready to take on anybody. You just do a sniff and you suddenly feel just ready to go. You can
Well, it'd
take
be
on that
Epilema.
whatever else is here. Yeah, like Epilema.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll keep that handy in case one of us needs it for a fight.
So I did the math. If we split it between the 5 of us, if that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So everybody gets 15 gold plus 3 remaining gold, which I want to ask if I can keep since I only have 50 gold in my treasury.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you. And then everybody gets 3 platinum.
And 3.
All right.
Right. Never had a
Nice.
platinum before.
Yeah, how much is a platinum? I don't
10
think I've ever
gold.
seen one of these.
Wow. Not too shabby.
Actually, I've never seen it used before. This is awesome.
Huh. And as I mentioned, there's also the medallion and a ring.
Oh yeah, I do have that. So I say, I did Arcana on it, and it looks like they might be magical, especially the ring. But I feel like we should hold on to it and bring it to somebody who could detect magic, unless somebody has that ability.
Can I do arcana checks on the items to see
You
if I
could
can
try.
figure out something about them?
Sure. What's your arcana bonus?
Nothing.
Nothing. All right. To you, the ring looks like a ring. Yeah, who knows? I mean, it's got some little patterns on it, but it doesn't look like much. You're pretty sure, though, that this medallion is just decorative. Looking at it, you think it's nice, but it doesn't seem to... It's a nice picture, but you don't think it does anything. It just seems pretty.
Does a broken medallion mean anything to me?
It's not actually broken, so it has a picture.
Broken manacles,
It's
I'm
a
sorry.
picture of broken manacles on
Those
it.
are like handcuffs, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Does that mean anything to me?
Something having to do with freedom or liberation.
History check. Oh, and a symbol.
Okay. What's your history bonus?
It would be 1.
Doesn't sound like a symbol you're familiar with. And you think if this were a well-known symbol, you would know it.
Okay.
Can I roll a history check for,
Sure.
I think it might have something to do with the free cities where I'm from.
What's your bonus?
My history bonus is 2.
It does not seem like a familiar symbol to you either, but, I mean, you're pretty sure it could be interpreted as a symbol of freedom.
Has it got like a necklace chain on it or
Yeah,
anything?
it's got a chain and then a little circular disc with a picture on it.
Okay. Can I put it on?
You may.
If we decide to sell this later, I'll definitely split with everyone, but I want to see if this does anything. Plus
Medallion.
Okay,
It just looks stylish.
I want to hold on to the ring if that's okay.
sure.
Yeah,
All
pop
right.
it on and see if anything happens.
Oh, okay.
You gonna put it on?
Sure.
All right, you put the ring on. Well, the only thing you notice right away is that this room, which is crowded with junk and broken furniture and stuff, navigating it is no difficulty at all for you. You just kind of walk around all the stuff as though, it's like the path to you to get through all this junk in the room is completely obvious.
Okay. My jaunt is even better
Yes, yes, you just casually stroll through it, whereas everyone else is kind of picking around it like difficult terrain.
now. Oh, and I do have a potion.
That's right,
We
there was a
might-
potion as well. Athelflaed smelled it.
Okay, do we want to hold on to it and see what it is and let Mun identify it for us?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, we can
Alright.
keep it.
Can I do an Arcana check on that war pick?
Sure.
My Arcana is +2.
You're pretty sure it must be magical in some form, since this ghost is hanging on to it. It has some magical runes on it, but you don't know how to read them, or you don't know what they say. But you do think it's made of mithril.
Are they dwarvish?
They're magical.
So I offer the pick to Tara, since she's the one who actually disarmed him. I just picked it up. So if you want to hold on to this, like if you want to sell this is yours to sell.
I'll hold on to it.
Tara, you grab this war pick, and when you do, some dwarven runes on it glow that you didn't see before.
What do I see?
It says Chainbreaker.
Okay.
That's what it says. Tara takes it from Paxton, and these runes glow blue, and they say Chainbreaker.
Cool.
I'm going to say that's its name. I would like to go investigate the bodies inside of the room.
Okay. You find that they have some old weapons that are in pretty good shape. They're dwarven weapons, but they don't seem to be anything special. You can find 10 long swords, 10 shields, 10 suits of chainmail.
I don't have Lydia to carry this stuff, so I'm just going to ignore it.
I want to run downstairs and get my trusty longbow back.
Yes. All right. So you run outside and grab your longbow and then go back inside. The only place left is that basement, which had a reddish glow coming from it. So as you're walking down the stairs, you can see there is a red glow coming from inside the room. The plaster in the stairwell is crumbling. You can still make out some painted nature scenes on these walls as you're walking down, and you can feel the temperature rising slightly. And you can also hear a quiet sobbing. And the room is opening ahead of you and to your right, and the wall is curved ahead of you.
Can I do an insight check to see if this red light is natural or arcane?
You want to do an Arcana check?
Yeah.
All right.
+2.
You decide that it's probably a light refracted from outside somehow via a complex system of mirrors.
A heck of an insight roll. I tell them that.
Tara looks uncertain.
Do you hear the sobbing?
I do. I don't think that's the mirrors, though.
Anyone have a mirror?
Are you just stopping on the stairs and discussing this?
Uh-huh.
They're not
Yeah.
long stairs.
Oh,
It's not a long staircase. It's just, 10 feet down.
I peek around the corner.
All
I
right.
could shine light also.
Okay, you peek around the corner. So, first of all, there are no mirrors in here. Paxton is confused. He rolled a 1. And
I look extremely embarrassed. You can't tell how red my face is because of the light.
the red glow in this room is coming from a red ring on the ceiling. It's suspended by metal poles, and it radiates heat and light. And the room itself is circular. And there are 4 triangular garden plots on the floor covered with shriveled dead plants. And in the middle of the room, on the stone floor, you can see the faint outline of a woman kneeling on the ground, sobbing into her hands.
We need to go
And-
talk to her.
And, well, Tara's the only one looking right now.
Oh, you're the only one.
Tara's the one who looked around the corner, and I need Tara to make a wisdom saving throw.
I got a 19.
You are stricken with fear, yet you resist it. This is something undead and unnatural and probably extremely dangerous, but you are not. You don't feel forced to look away.
Mm.
Mm.
Did we do a short rest before coming down here?
No.
Oh,
Oh.
you maybe should have done that. Because I can't turn that undead.
Well, Tara pulls her head back around the corner. You're not scared enough to run away, but I think you probably pull your head around the corner.
Okay. Tara sighs heavily and said, "It's another undead."
Oh, no. What do you want to do?
Well,
Like, I'm not scared or anything, but like, it's a little frightening.
You're a little scared. You say you're not scared, but you're a little scared.
Yeah. But yeah, again, I'm not scared or anything, but it's a little frightening down there. In an eerie, like creepy, sobbing ghost kind of way.
Is there anything else in this room besides...
Well, from your perspective, where you're standing on,
Yeah,
the
I'm on the
stairs, you can
stairs.
only see the wall sort of curving around to your right,
Okay.
and the wall, the room opens to the right.
Paxton has killed too many undead to be afraid of anything like that, so he just rushes into the room and looks
All right.
at the thing.
You rush into the room. Is anyone else rushing into the room?
I go behind him.
yeah. we'll
Yeah.
Okay,
follow
you
him.
all rush into the room. Everyone needs to make a wisdom saving throw before anything else happens.
Tara cradles her head like,
I'm stricken with fear.
All right.
4.
What'd you roll? Oh, all right, a 7. Aster, you are frightened. You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while within sight of this undead, and you cannot move closer than you already are.
Got it.
All right, and who else failed?
I have a 4.
A 4,
Yeah.
all right. So Ethelflad, same for you. You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while you can see it, and you cannot move any closer than you currently are.
It says I have advantage against being frightened, though.
Then you get to roll again and see if you save on the other one.
17.
All right, you resist the fear. Paxton, what did you roll?
15?
You are able to resist the fear.
Told ya.
Aster is the only one who's sort of stuck there and can't get any closer.
Oh, God.
what about everyone else?
Oh, yeah, Apolema saved, and Lumpen. Oh, Lumpen says, just a ghost. It's scary.
Can I just grab Lumpen and shove him under my armor?
Okay, all right. You shove Lumpen under your armor. So the woman turns her head towards Paxton as he rushes into the room, and she says,
Get out.
No.
okay,
We should listen to her.
let's roll for initiative.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I'm so scared. I'm rolling horrible.
Oh, man.
That's another 7.
7.
19.
All
16.
right, Paxton gets a 19. Tara gets a 16. Aster, what did you get?
7.
7. And Athelflad?
7.
Who has the higher dex between the two of you?
I think that is. No, you might have a higher one.
3.
I have also 3.
Okay, I will have a roll off between the two
Okay.
of you then.
You can go first. I'm scared.
Okay, all right, we'll have Athelflad go first. We'll put Aster at a 6 then, just to make it easy.
I'm at
Yeah.
a 7.
I'm so scared right now.
And Lumpen. Okay. The first thing that happens is actually before even Paxton gets to go, as you rush into the room, she gets to take a lair action, which takes place on initiative 20. And her lair action is, as you run into the room, the plants that are all over these beds, they suddenly spring up and they attempt to grab hold of you. And I need all of you to make a strength saving throw.
9.
15.
15. The area becomes difficult terrain. Epolina is not restrained, and Lumpen is just inside Paxton's armor, so he doesn't even get to do anything. But Tara and Epolima are the only ones that are not restrained by these plants that have suddenly sprung up. Restrained means that your speed becomes 0, so you can't move forward closer to her anymore, and you cannot benefit from any bonuses to your speed that you might get from a spell or something. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and attack rolls that you make have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws now.
There's no way we can cut through these plants?
You can. On your turn, you can take an action to break free.
Okay.
So
Alright.
who's restrained right now?
Everyone except for Tara and Epolima.
Okay.
Epolima's just going, let's get her, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Just another undead. All right. And that brings us to Paxton. You are stuck in place. What do you want to do?
So, do I get the sensation that if I wanted to get free, it would be better to try to do a strength check or to attack the plant?
You need to do a strength check. Basically,
Okay.
your strength check will be attacking the plant.
Okay, then I'm going to try to do a strength check to get out. That is a 10.
We're still stuck.
Oh, man.
You're stuck in place. All right, so that was your action this round. You're trying to free yourself. And that brings us to the undead. And she stands up, and she looks straight at Paxton and his medallion. And her face becomes contorted in anger at this necklace that you're wearing. And she says,
We waited for the breaking. We died waiting.
and then she screams the most horrible, piercing sound you have ever heard. And now, everyone has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Crit fail.
Polima saved. Lumpin failed.
I also crit fail.
2 1s.
14 plus 1 is 15.
Tara?
8.
All right. Here's what happens. Tara, Aster, and Paxton, you are all reduced to 0 hit points, and you
Whoa.
fall unconscious.
Oh, snap. Then yeah,
Okay.
right.
Athelflaed and Epilema are still up.
Well,
Whoa. Oh, yeah. My thing started doing death saves. Yep. That's
No,
what
you don't
happens.
need to do death saves. You
Oh.
are simply at 0 and unconscious. You are
Okay.
not dying.
yeah.
Okay?
All right. And I'm still restrained though.
You're still restrained, but you are not afraid, and you are you're conscious. All right?
Don't worry, you've got this.
Epilema has not even noticed that anybody has gone down or anything. She's just plowing her way straight through these plants, heading straight for this undead. She's
Okay.
not even paying any attention to anything except swinging her axe around. All right, so Tara, you are unconscious. Epilema, she makes 2 reckless attacks. Nope. Good thing it was a reckless attack. Nope. Oof. All right, well, she hit once. So she hits 1 time. All right. Epilema delivers a solid blow. And you can see a chunk of wispy, smoky, weird substance float off of this spirit. And she continues to make horrible noises, but she's already done her scream. And that brings us to Athelflaed.
I guess strength to try to get out of the
Yep,
plants.
strength check.
Yeah, 14.
You succeed. You worm your
Yay.
way out of the plants. What do you want to? Where do you want to? You can still move
Okay.
at half your normal movement speed, which means you could get to a party member if you want to. But you've
Okay.
already used your action to break free.
All right. How long does the how long are they incapacitated?
They're going to be out for 2d4 hours unless they get magical assistance.
Yeah, there's really nothing I can do.
Here are your options. You can pour a potion down someone's throat. You can move closer to the undead to attack it. But you can't take any other actions this round. You can just move.
Okay. I don't have any.
I thought you bought a potion of healing when you left town.
I did. Okay. Yeah. So will the potion of healing wake them up?
Yeah, he'll give them hit
Okay,
points
so they're not-
and
okay.
restore them to consciousness.
Okay.
Yeah. But you can't administer it this turn. You've already used your action, but you
Okay.
can move close to someone if you wanted to.
I will move closer to Paxton.
Okay. You move close to Paxton.
All right.
And next round, you'll be able to give him a potion of healing if you want to.
Okay.
And that brings us to Aster, who is unconscious, and then to Paxton, who is unconscious, and then to the undead. And the undead will attack Epilema now that Epilema has attacked it. However, because Epilema was recklessly attacking, the undead has advantage now on attacks on Epilema. And let's see how that works. Ooh, that is a hit. If you're afraid, is Aster the only one afraid?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, just so you know, if you become conscious, you get to resist again at the end of each of your rounds to try to fight
Oh,
it
yeah,
off,
yeah.
all right?
Okay.
All right, so just keep that in mind. All right, so 1 attack succeeds. She only gets 1 attack on Epilema, but this wave of cold emanates from her hand, and Epilema takes a decent chunk of necrotic damage, to which she has no resistance. And that brings us to Terra, who is unconscious, and then Epilema gets to have her turn. Oh, we have a hit. That was the second roll of the advantage, and then we have another hit. Epilema says, "Oh yeah, hit me, will ya? Take this." Oof. Well, that's pretty solid. She takes some serious swings at that undead. The plants are still grabbing everyone, and it's Athelflad's turn. Athelflad, what do you want to do?
Pour the potion down Paxton's throat.
Pour the potion down Paxton's throat. Paxton, you get 2d4 plus 2 hit points.
D4 plus 2. That is, I'm at 5 hit points.
All right.
Yeah.
Paxton, you wake up. You're still surrounded by vines,
Yep.
but you are awake with a horrible ringing noise in your ears, and you see that Aster and Terra are both sort of suspended in these vines, and Athelflad's leaning over you with a potion bottle, and Epilema is just madly swinging away.
Did I get grabbed by vines when I fell unconscious?
Yeah, they just sort of, then you're not actually restrained,
Okay.
but they are sort of just, you're sprawled across them. And Lumpen is still inside your armor. And it is Aster's turn. Aster's unconscious. At the back, and now we're back at the top of the order, which means she's going to take another layer action. And this time, you feel that red ring in the ceiling start to get brighter and brighter and hotter, and all the plants start withering away and falling to the ground. So if you were restrained, you are no longer restrained. However, there's a burst of heat, and you have to make a Constitution saving throw. Everyone does.
Ooh. 18.
20.
Wow.
9.
15.
Well, 21.
15. All right. And Epilema. Ooh, she failed. And Lumpen succeeds. Okay. All right. So, if you rolled less than a 13, you take 17 points of fire damage, of heat damage. And if you are at 0, that means now you are dying.
But if we succeed, we still take it, but
You
half.
take half.
Oh boy.
If you succeeded, you take half, which is going to be 8. So that puts Aster at -8
Mm-hmm.
and Terra at -8.
Yeah.
And that knocks Paxton unconscious.
Hmm.
Did you take full damage or half?
Well,
Okay, so
I'm at -12, I think.
yeah, Paxton is now unconscious again.
So basically, Paxton wakes up, thanks Athelflad, and then dies.
Goes unconscious, yes. And Athelflad, you saved, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you are now at 18 hit points, I think. Epilema did not save. She takes the full amount. That's the layer action. Paxton, make your first death save.
And it's just over or under 10, right?
That's right.
Well, that's a 19.
All right, so that's one success.
Coming back, baby.
All right. The undead continues to swing at Epilema. Oh, and misses. And
Come on,
actually
Epilema.
gets advantage on those attacks, but
He
still
has
misses.
to win this fight for us.
Yeah.
And all right, so the undead misses Epilema. Athelflad, what do you want to do now?
How far away am I from the undead?
You are 10 feet.
10 feet. I guess and I'm still moving slowly.
The vines have melted,
Oh,
or not
yeah,
melted.
okay.
The vines have wilted, so you are no longer restrained.
Okay. I go over there and attack her with my rapier.
Okay, your rapier is non-magical. Let me remind you,
Okay.
which means you probably want to use something magical if you've got it, even if it's really annoying.
Okay, I'll use Egbert.
You don't have to. I'm just telling you. You have some experience now with fighting some undead with your non-magical weapon, and
Yeah.
it didn't work real
It didn't
well.
work out. Okay. So I pull out Egbert.
Oh, yeah, let's go. What are we fighting this time?
We gotta stab that gross thing over there. Again.
I don't know if I want to. All right, let's try it.
Okay. Let's see. I rolled a 16.
Now remember that you're doing a 16.
Mhm.
Yeah, you remember you're doing a sneak attack because Epilema's right next to you.
Oh, she counts as.
She counts as an ally,
Oh,
right?
okay,
So yeah, you get your sneak attack damage, and that is a hit.
Okay. And then, all right.
So 1d4 plus I think it's 3.
4.
Okay.
And then your
then
sneak attack.
1.
so a total of
So it's-
5.
Okay.
5 points of damage from Egbert, wielded by Athelflaed. And that brings us to Aster. Make your first death save.
Yeah. Let's see, what is it? I failed.
Uh-oh. Okay, 1 strike. And that brings us to Paxton. Make your second death save.
That is a second pass.
All right, 2 passes for Paxton. There's no lair action this round. Tara, go ahead and make your death save.
Nat 20.
Oh!
Nice.
Tara
Yeah.
wakes up with 1 hit point. So, Tara, you'll be able to act on your next turn here, okay?
Uh-huh.
All
Unless
right.
I die.
Right. The undead attacks Epilema and hits Epilema for... Ow. Epilema says, "Hey guys, I don't know what y'all are doing, but hey, I'm up here with the halfling, and I'm kind of getting beat up here. If anyone wants to help me out, anybody, guys?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep, I got
okay,
you.
all right. And Tara, it's your turn.
I am going to rush forward
Mm-hmm.
next to Epilema,
Uh huh.
and I'm going to take that potion of the Etten friend.
Oh.
Oh,
Heck yeah.
snap. He's gonna
It's about to
fuse
pop
up.
off.
All right. You drink the potion of Ettenfriend. And as you do, Epilema says, "Hey, what's going on here? Hey." And the two of you are pulled close to each other, and you merge into one giant 2-headed monster.
Paxton's dead body just mouths the word, awesome.
And Epilema says, "What?"
Fun!
Aster wasn't here for the last Etten friend battle, was
So
he?
as I'm dead, I just go,
All right, let me look up an Etten.
Yeah, remember we got those potions?
Is an Etten's attack magical, though?
I don't know.
No,
Uh-oh.
but it does hit hard. So,
Yeah.
to
And we
remind
also
you,
get a lot of HP.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
get a
So-
lot of hit points. You
yeah.
have 85 hit points. I'm going to let you keep track of that. All right. You have 85 hit points. You get a +7 to hit. And do you want the battle axe or the morning star?
I think last time I had the Morning Star, so I'm taking the Battle Axe.
All right. So Epilema will have the morning star, 2d8 + 5 damage. All right.
Nice.
For my Battle Axe?
Yep.
Okay.
It's the same for both, actually.
Flavor.
All right. So you turn into this giant 2-headed monster. And the undead looks up at you and doesn't look scared, doesn't look, the undead looks angry, definitely not frightened, but maybe a little surprised, so confused. So that's your action, and Epilema will get to go on her turn, but Lumpen continues to be immobile. Epilema, now as half of an Etten, and she says, "Whoa."
Yeah.
Oh.
And she hits. All right, so she swings down with this morning star and sort of crushes through this misty cloud. It doesn't destroy the creature, but it's a decent bit of damage. And this undead cries out in apparently pain, but it makes an awful noise. It is now Athelflaed's turn.
And that would still count as an ally going with him.
Yep,
Okay.
definitely.
All right. So I'll go ahead and attack again with
All right.
Egbert. 15
That is a hit.
and 1.
Okay, and your sneak attack damage?
And 3. So 4.
All
4
right.
damage.
4 damage with the dagger. And now it is time for another lair action. And once again, the vines spring up around all around you. And those of you who are unconscious, you're basically entangled and it doesn't matter, right? But everyone else needs to make a strength saving throw. Epilema has advantage because she is raging. And it doesn't matter anyway.
How does it work when we're both one half of the same creature?
Good question. I have Epilema roll. Actually, she can't rage. She's not actually herself anymore. So I don't know. Do you want to roll? Or
Sure.
okay, go ahead.
Do we have a bonus to strength?
+5.
Okay, I got a 14.
You saved. You are able to just brush these vines aside. Athelflaed, what did you get?
5.
5. All right, so you are grasped again, but you're right next to this undead still, so you could attack, but you'd have disadvantage.
Okay.
All right, Aster, make your next death saving throw.
17.
17, a success.
Oh gosh.
Yay.
Paxton.
17.
All right, 3 successes. You are stable at 0.
I pop up.
No,
No?
no.
Stable at 0.
You stabilize at 0.
But she got to come awake at 1
She
HP.
rolled a 20.
I rolled a 20.
Oh.
When you roll a 20 on a death saving throw, you pop up. And when you roll a 1, it's 2 failures. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
And the undead attacks this giant 2-headed monster. You are hit. You are hit by necrotic energy as this cold hand grabs you. And you take 16 points of damage. You and Epilema take 16 points of damage.
Cool.
And Epilema says,
That.
Scratched.
No.
just to remind the listener, when affected by a potion of Ettenfriend, the 2 heads must speak in alternating words. That is the Banshee's turn. Tara, you may take your attack.
Okay, I'm going to swing my battle axe.
All right.
I got a 9 with a +7.
Including your +7, you still got a... Okay. Yeah, you missed.
Yeah.
The undead sort of floats aside and manages to avoid your blow. And that means Lumpen is not moving. Epilema, she will take her side of the monster's attack. And she hits, but only barely. She barely manages to nick the undead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she says,
Yeah.
all right. And there's only the barest bit of wispy, glimmery, smoky undead left. There's not much left here. And she's making sobbing noises again. And it is Athelflad's turn.
Okay, I attack again.
Okay, you have disadvantage on your attack because you're restrained.
Okay.
Or you could take your turn to try to break free, either one. But it's up to you.
I'll go ahead and try to attack.
Sure.
All right, 7,
So what was the lowest of the 2?
12. Yeah.
That's a hit.
Okay. 1. So 4.
With one last slash from the magical dagger, Egbert says,
Yes, got her. That was great.
and the undead woman screams one more time, not nearly as loud as the first time, and this cloud of magical vapor dissipates. And the room is warm and filled with this red light.
Yeah.
And you can see Paxton lying on the ground and Aster lying on the ground. Aster, you need to make another death saving throw.
Yes, I do.
Do I have my belongings? Like my...
You do not.
Fail.
Okay.
You failed.
2 death save.
Okay. Does anybody want to do anything? Because you can't change back to your normal self. Neither can Epilema. You have to wait for the effect to end. Paxton is unconscious.
Does Paxton have anything in his...
You
like
could
a health potion?
Look through his
I'm
possessions
gonna
if you want.
go through Paxton's belongings and see if
Okay.
he has a health potion.
Does Paxton have a health potion?
He should. I believe he has 2.
Okay.
All right, because if I find one, I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to... Well, do I know that Aster is doing a lot
Aster
worse than
is
Paxton?
clearly bleeding out.
Okay, then I'm going to...
Rather, he's burning, and he looks like he is breathing his last breaths.
I'm taking the healing potion from Paxton's belongings, and I'm running to Aster.
Okay. All right, so Aster, you get 2d4 plus 2 hit points. Paxton is peacefully resting.
6.
You're at 6 hit points now, and you come back awake. Paxton is still unconscious.
Yeah. You also, this weird Etten is kneeling over you after having
Oh
shoved
yeah,
a
I
potion
wake up.
in your
I'm
mouth.
like, oh, sweet life. Oh my God, what is that thing?
Yes, there's a horribly ugly 2-headed creature looking down at you, Aster, and one head says,
You.
Terracide is smiling and goes,
Friend.
Okay, gentle giant. Okay.
Epilema's half is sort of pulling over toward Paxton, picks up his unconscious body and says,
Someone.
I'm going to cast Healing Word. Wake up, Paxton. Wake up. You, will wake up, I think. I'm going to use a spell to bring him back.
Okay.
And it's going to be 1d4 plus 4 hit points.
all right, 1d4 plus 4 for Paxton.
All right, that's 5.
5 hit points for Paxton. So your current hit point totals are Aster 6, Tara 1, Paxton 5, Athelflad 18, Epilima's at 23.
All right.
Etton's at 69.
Yeah. When Epilima and Terra return to their regular shapes, they'll have the amounts I mentioned. But
That was very clutch.
the Etten looks pretty healthy. Is there anything you want to do with this ridiculously strong Etten form while you're here?
What's in this?
Gently place Paxton down.
Okay. All right.
Friend.
Paxton is just like, and he looks around the room at who's there, and he's like, "Is that Epilima and Terra?"
Yeah,
Oh
it is.
God.
So
Puny.
Is what she says.
so when the undead died, the plants.
They
Lost
all
their power.
they all fell back down.
All right.
You're no longer restrained.
Okay.
Can I investigate the room?
All right. So you investigate the room. So lying on the ground where the undead collapsed is another medallion. And if you guys want to do a more thorough search, then we'll do some perception checks.
Okay.
If you want to figure anything out, then you can do some investigation checks.
Can I do an investigation check?
All right. So let's see here. What's your investigation bonus?
It's
Is
+4, I believe.
Yeah. Aster, 4. You think this was some kind of gardening room, but you're not able to figure anything out more than that. Tara, you're doing a perception check. While you are an Etten, you and Epilima get advantage on perception checks.
Nice.
Ooh.
All right, so you're looking around the room. Buried in some of these dead plants, you find a pair of green leather boots. And you also see that necklace or pendant on the ground where the undead was destroyed.
Looking at the pendant,
Mhm.
is it broken manacles as well?
No,
or-
this one shows an eagle pierced by an arrow.
But it's the same general shape.
It's the exact same shape and size, except for it depicts an eagle pierced by an arrow.
Hmm.
Do the boats look magical?
The boots. Do the boots look magical?
Yes.
Yes. The boots. It's hard to tell. They look like nice green leather boots. As you're further searching around the area, you find, in fact, the corpse of a female elf that was sort of had the plants grown up around it, sort of half buried in the soil. And all of its other possessions have apparently decayed with time. But these boots look like they're in good shape.
Do they look like the kind of boots that our friend who really likes footwear would enjoy?
Oh,
Probably.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to keep these.
Good call.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's awesome.
So you have a pair of boots that you suspect might be magical. And other than that in the room, as I mentioned, there are some paintings on the wall. The walls themselves have been painted. There are these murals on the plaster depicting garden scenes. There's this red ring that's glowing by the ceiling.
I want to do an Arcana check on it.
Okay. What's your Arcana bonus?
I think it's also +4. I believe. Let me check. Yeah, +4.
Okay. So you take a look at this this ring in the ceiling, and you conclude it is clearly magical.
Can I take it?
It is somehow bound to these metal beams or poles that are coming out of the ceiling. It would be difficult to remove, but you could try. It would take some time. You would maybe need some metalworking tools.
Oh, does anyone have a crowbar?
Actually,
I think we do. Yeah. Part of the tools, right?
And you also have an Etten.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I pull.
Friendly, gentle giant. Can you get that ring for me, please?
All right, make a strength check.
10.
10.
Oh no.
I get the impression that it's the shape of the ring. It's not the size of a finger ring, though.
It's not a finger ring. It's
Oh.
a ring, like a circle.
It's just a
Like
giant
a
circle, yeah.
light.
Yeah,
Still,
you're not
we
going to be
should-
able to wear this
Yeah.
as
I'll
much
put
as
it
you
on my
want to,
head.
Aster.
You are unable to pull it out of the ceiling. It is resisting the Etten's attempts to pull it.
Dawn. We should take a short rest.
Yes.
I have something to soothe the soul if we rest.
All right.
Before we rest, though, I want to use my mace and just dig up all the plants to make sure we're not leaving behind anything cool.
Ah, okay. You dig through the plants. So from your digging, it appears that most of these are actually food crops of various kinds, but you don't find anything else buried in the dirt other than some more, little bits of finger bones and things like that from this dead elf.
Okay.
Can I try and, convince Epilima to go investigate the room and move around the paintings and
okay. All right, Epilema is
Boring.
But the two of you have a look around the room. The paintings are pretty nice. You're guessing they weren't done by dwarves. The room itself is a pretty solid construction. You also notice that on the walls, the intercardinal directions, the northwest, northeast, southeast, southwest corners of the room, there are little pipes coming out of the wall, and there's a bucket under each of them. And there's a valve that can be turned by each pipe.
Is there anything in any of the buckets?
No, the buckets are all empty. They look a little rusty.
Tara grunts, but is a little worried about turning random valves in an empty room while everyone's really hurt.
Epilema says,
Wimp.
and turns a valve.
Oh, no.
And nothing happens.
Thank God.
You hear a creaking noise and then a distant pinging sound of metal, but nothing happens.
Can we rest?
Yeah, take a rest.
I'm going to do Song of Rest.
Right.
So you guys all will get an extra 1d6 for free.
In addition to your
in addition
hit
to
dice.
your hit dice. And I'm going to sing a song that's completely opposite of how I'm feeling. But here we go. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing parade. It means no worries for the rest of your days. Ba-dum-bum-bum. It's a problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. And that's it.
That was wonderful, Aster. Did you write that yourself?
I did. I found the inscribings of Hakuna Matata on a wall at a bar.
Oh, wow. That must be Elvish.
Do I get 1d6?
Yes, everyone gets 1d6. Actually, by the end of your short rest, the potion wears off.
Whew.
Okay.
And I need to roll hit dice for Epilema. So Epilema says, "Oh man, that was cool. Let's do that again. You got any more of those?"
We're going to need to save it. They come in handy.
"Oh man, I might have to stick around with you guys. You got stuff like that. That's my thing."
I enjoyed our best friendship too.
Don't go too far now.
Ouch.
All right, I'm back at full.
I'm
Okay.
at 20.
Great. Ethelflad's at full. Paxton's at 20. Tara, where are you at?
Hold on.
Esther, what's your new hit point total?
22.
22.
Actually, I'm back to full because before doing a full rest, I cast Cure Wounds on myself because I had one.
Oh, okay. You're doing a short rest right now, though. All right, but you're going to go ahead and burn the spell anyway. Okay, that's fine.
35.
35 for Tara. Lumpin is still not moving.
Oh, snap. Can I do Healing Word on him?
On Lumpin,
Yeah, does.
you can try.
I pull him out of my armor and plop him on the ground.
Okay. He looks singed.
Oh, man.
Oh no!
I'm going to try to use my Bazaar, though.
The
Sorry,
guitar of the bazaar.
It's just going to be a simple melody.
All right.
Kind of like a soothing melody to wake him.
Okay. And
It's going to be to use Healing Word.
healing word. So you have to make a performance check.
Yes. 18.
No problem. Well, you attempt to heal Lumpin, and he doesn't respond to the spell.
Oh, no.
I'm going to try my Spare the Dying cantrip on him. I touch him and do Spare the Dying.
It doesn't do anything.
Do I have any sort of insight into whether this rag golem is alive or not?
Make an Arcana, or I'll roll an Arcana check. What's your bonus?
+2.
He looks dead.
Oh, no.
No. Well, we're going back to Mun. Maybe Mun can bring him back.
Tara doesn't know what to say 'cause she's really devastated.
A tear streams down my side. I didn't know him very long, and I go, "You wonderful tablecloth." No.
Oh no!